Rex Hunt's fabulous footy flashbacks. Your team's finest moments on video. Flashback to glory. Flashback to heroes. Flashback to the great history-making quarters and legendary highlights from Collingwood.
He's looking from the Kennedy field. Beautiful bit of football.
Collingwood go forward towards Scenario Rocker.
It's a chance though. Brereton's back on.
He wastes no time from 60 metres. It's a sensational goal.
Geelong.
Jarrett gives it back to Doggan. Here's some beautiful football. A lovely hand pass across to Yates. Yates shot passes into the goal square. Wooler will play on. A goal to the catch and the best piece of footy of the day.
I think Dunkley's back on there. Oh, Ambler grabbing. Ambler! Oh, yes!
West Coast.
Eagles going forward. Oh, is that Gaspar? Yes, it is, and what a great mark.
Can go short, mate. Wearing on his own on centre wing. He's got plenty of time to assess the situation and wait that kick magnificently for Lewis.
Essendon.
Out of Terry Danaher. Oh, round the neck again. At least Buckley stopped him. This could be the dress rehearsal for the grand final of 1981 as Neil Danaher comes in for the kick that could possibly win the game. And he's put it to him. The Bombers have hit the front.
Adelaide.
Holds him up, robs him on McClenary. Still Alvin, again to the Wiedemann. Wiedemann short to Smart, to Jarman. They'll love this. Mottler comes in to the goal square. Jarman kicks it to him beautifully. Wonderfully. 11 goals for Mottler.
Melbourne.
Further forward.
Play on. Runs up towards centre half forward. They're trying the short passes, the Demons. Chance for Spalding. At the back, Jackson. Off it goes to Williams. Over the top. Lovell punch for goal and puts it through.
Carlton.
Goes up towards Kernahan. Wonderful use of the body. Goes to Bradley. Then does the shepherding. Bradley's got pace and dash. He goes over the middle. Out towards Kernahan on the half volley. This could result in a goal to Angelo.
St Kilda.
Has found Kevin Roberts. Roberts drives it back towards the centre half forward position. Rowland and Callan and Rowland at the back.
Tony Lockett has 6 goals, 6. Daniels puts it up towards the goal square. Lockett close!
Rex Hunt's fabulous footy flashbacks.
Welcome to Fabulous Footy Flashbacks, West Coast Eagles fans. And round 5 of 1987 saw you play the AFL Premiers Hawthorn. It was a really good encounter. You were yet to win a game in Melbourne, but we pick up the action in the last quarter.
There's the siren to start them in play for the last vital quarter here at Prince's Oval. And it's the West Coast Eagles leading by 5 points, with Laurie Keane back in ruck, and the Eagles going forward towards Lewis. Couldn't quite mark, but he was held onto. No, it's going the other way. And the free kick going to Morris. Centre half back for Hawthorn.
Morris gets a 15-metre penalty against Lewis as well. That's not a bad kick. Oh, well aimed towards Curran. And he flicked it out the back quickly towards John Kennedy. Don't give him the football. He can't kick a goal. He's hit the post and just got one in from behind today, but enjoys a bit of the rough stuff. Good fighter, John Kennedy, and extended the John Kennedy lineage this last week, and he was presented with a baby boy and also called him John. Keane just swatched fresh air. Renstead boots it out of the pack. Long striding Deer runs into the bounce. Puts a bit of pressure on his knees as he comes back the other way.
Free kick behind the play. Illegal Shepherd.
Yes, Swab held on to his opponent and gave him no chance.
Gastev's kick goes towards half forward. Ball hits the ground. Chance there for McNish. Ducks out of play. Well played. Outside the 50 line. He gives it further afield. O'Neill coming down from the centre. Shoots for goal from the pocket. Goal! First goal to John O'Neill. And the Eagles are further in front. It's not the recommended side John Nichols to kick goals from.
No, he's certainly a very valuable goal to start this last quarter by John O'Neill, who's acting captain for the Eagles today in the absence of Ross Glendinning. Hawthorn have made numerous changes again, with Buckenara into the forward pocket and Russell Green going into the centre, but at this stage the Eagles are looking very dangerous.
And they lead by 11 points, and they have the breeze in the final term. So they're building up to take out this match. Is wrenched it. Oh, a nice sidestep there around Tuck, and the kick straight down towards half forward, but 2 against 1. The Hawks are in numbers against McNish, and here comes Gastev. Oh, the ball in the back. Yes, really a great shove in the back. He's a great ball chaser, Gastev, and the advantage rule is played on, would you believe? And the scorers are behind.
Should have taken the free kick
by McNish. Whew. Well, Gastev, I think, may have made a better fist of it than that, but maybe he was a bit far out anyway. And the Eagles lead by 2 goals.
76-64, 2 minutes 45 seconds played. And this time they go out to the dead flank. And it might go across without being touched, which is a free kick. Free kick to the Eagles. Virtually the out on the full rule, but without being touched. So back into play by Hart. He kicks towards half forward. The ball is punched clear. Chance there for Mainwaring, who can't get to the ball first. It's Curran who follows up. And here held without the football, but Platten tidies up for the Hawks. Gets his kick right into the forward line. Dunstall is there. Oh, clever mark, Jason Dunstall. Clever mark. Watch this one again. Dunstall, good position. Palms his opponent off in the chest and then dives away to take a clever mark. Difficult spot to shoot goals from, but much more easy than the opposite side. And look at that for a goal. Baruch kick at goal. That's his 4th.
And that's what you can say is conversion. That's what it's all about. Wonderful mark to start it with, and he's a chunky forward, the boy from Queensland. Loves playing here. He's at the top of his form at the moment, but that kick was an absolute gem.
Ball to be bounced in the centre again. 4 1/4 minutes gone. And Keane is in the ruck and wins the tap down. It goes down to McNish. He kicks forward to Lewis, and Lewis takes the mark and will shoot it goal. Chris Lewis taking plenty of time, turning his back on the forward line, but he knows he can kick that 40 metres. Eagles lead by 1 straight kick, 11 goals 10 to 10 goals 10. And Lewis has the chance to put them 2 goals in front. There's his kick on its way. Goal umpire. No, it didn't make the distance. Off hands, off the ground. Hit the post. So instead of being 12 in front, they're 7 in front. 11 goals, 11. 77 to 10, 10, 70.
An interesting one at the 5-minute mark in this final term. Langford, a little chip to himself. He's done this repeatedly today and gets a bit of extra distance and finds Michael Tucker. Had a wonderful match so far. 8 kicks in the second quarter, and I think he had 4 in the third, but always gets out on his own. Watch out for number 3, Mainwaring. He read that play brilliantly. Robbed the Hawks of a chance as they looked dangerous, coming up the field, kicking against the breeze in this final term, and Mainwaring knows what it's all about. The big fella Keane. Just got that... he's taken a few, but he's lost a few as well, or dropped them. Lovely kick. Beautiful kick out to Wiley. Brilliant stuff for a big man. 202 centimetres. Very well coordinated. Wiley's kicks low and long with the breeze. Off the hands at the back of the pack. Lewis! Oh, that's the one they wanted. It's his first goal. Very dangerous.
That's 12. He's the 12th Eagles player to kick a goal. Nobody has kicked more than 1 goal for the Eagles. So really sharing them around.
Yes, it was a very dangerous ploy by Mainwaring to kick right across the ground to Keane. It certainly is the attacking and scoring flank, and even though they scored a goal, it was a risky one.
Free kick for too many men in the square, given by the field umpire at that stage, not the boundary umpire. Kicked out to the flank. Dunstall again. almost from where he kicked the last one. Probably a better angle, because this time he's not standing in the shadows, he's in sunlight. Better angle, so he aims this one. It's got the distance and the accuracy. Goal number 5 to Dunstall, and he keeps the Hawks in touch. He knows where the scoring pocket is at the Robert Heatley stand end.
Yes, Jason Dunstall certainly has improved almost game by game since he came down from Queensland 2 or 3 years ago, and he's a magnificent player for Hawthorn. An accurate kick, plays in front, and great use of his body.
The Hawthorn fans starting to roar, Jeff.
They're really loving it now. So 83 to 76, and the Eagles in front. The Hawks have possession. Hanley had it, fluffed it. The raffle here. Gestev bowls it out to Wiley. He's having trouble trying to pick it up. The pressure's really on. Rinstead. Jenke, a one-handed attempt, not good. Langford through the pack, dribbles one out towards the centre. Rinstead again. Yep. Handball set up by the Hawks. Platt weaves his way around. Lockyer. Dunstall's opponent takes this one, clears it well. Marked out by Handley. Plays on quickly to Platten. The little fella goes back. No, he doesn't waste time. Always on the move, like a terrier full of fleas. Brereton got up, lost it. Eagles defending strongly. Main Waring, one of their best. Down to Wiley, who's had a good match as well. Just inside the boundary line, on the outer wing. You can't score goals from here. Lewis turned his back. It went past him. He gets it again. Smothered. Anea. Holmes. Thrown aside. Bowled out to the big fellow. Deer. Good run by the big fellow. Then he left boots it right up the full foot. Dunstall again, and Lockyer. Well, Lockyer bounces it away. O'Connell. Good stuff. Lamb and Loveridge and Platten. Lamb goes on with it. Gets a boot to it. Good play.
Throw it in. 9 minutes gone, last term. Eagles leading 83 to 76. Abbott in ruck, taps down, and the Hawks go forward again. Towards Curran, who marks at the 4th attempt. 4 bites and the apple's gone. Hawks going forward again. Over Dunstall's head, can he recover? No, it's Lockyer who recovers best, and throw in is the call. 9.5 minutes gone last term. 83 to 76, the Eagles leading, but the Hawks in attack.
Oh, Wiley read it brilliantly. Kicks the ball. A quick kick out of bother. It's moved around about 30 metres from that kick. Throw in again. The Eagles by 7 points. 10 minutes in. Final term. Keane. And Lewis. Anea. Good play, John Anea. Here's Deer. Kick behind play. Boots the ball. Oh, it was Miles and O'Connell. They both lost it. Tied it up by Zanetti. Oh, Michael Tuck comes in. Brereton as well. Jams it up. Forces the ball up. And the ball is still in the Hawks forward line. And they're 7 points behind.
10.5 minutes gone. 83 plays 76. Eagles in front. Keane winning handsomely in the ruck now. Brereton. Good side bump. Over he goes. Eagles desperate. And Nia gains possession. Runs a long way, whips the hand pass into Wiley on his trusty left boot. Wiley disposes into the pocket. Lead out there given by Schenko, but interrupting is Jenke to turn that Eagles thrust.
Jenke, but Wiley comes in, can't get there in time to knock it out of Russell Morris's grasp. Now Morris in the half back line. Up to Brereton. Brereton and Zanotti, been a good battle. Oh, good reading of play by Platten to Russo. Over the top here towards Eve. Eve runs into the 50-metre line. They're 7 points down. Buckenham a chance. Off the hands. Worsfold was with him. Buck was running back. A difficult one to catch. And the goal that separates them now. The Eagles in front.
11.5 minutes gone. Short pass by Lockyer. Almost went to the wrong man, but finally to Keane. Keane to Zanotti. Zanotti tidies up. Good hand pass further afield to O'Connell. O'Connell takes the run and is dumped after he kicks. Almost a mark to Schwab. Ball hits the ground, plenty of Eagles. Play on. Off the ground, Hart gets his toe to it. picked up by Green. Green back to Kennedy. Kennedy sends the Hawks forward. Little interference there. They struggle for the ball and it hits the turf. All desperation there as the ball comes free. Finally, Eade hand pass to Platten. Platten kicks it high in the air. Buckenara from behind can't mark. Lockyer has the chance. On the ground, Mainwaring. Lockyer dives again. He's grabbed off the ball. Snapshot over the shoulder by Hanley, hit the post on the full. But there's a free kick to Lockyer for being held without the football.
And his opponent kicked 5 great goals. The last 2 were gems from the dead side at this end, the Robert Heatley stand-in. But here's Lockyer's kick, well placed. More Hawks there on their leaping high. And the scout is Rentford. Hart, sorry. Hart's across the centre now, up in the air, down towards Keane. The big fella can mark. Oh, he won't get this one. Gastev, Hart again.
McNish, goal! No, post. Or touched off the boot. Well, they went through the big opening. A few anxious Eagle supporters there. Oh, 7-point lead, Jeff.
7-point, Richard, yes. And Swabbart kicked it before he got the thing. Then back to Langford. And he kicks it down towards Curran. Curran has to climb over Lewis. Oh, he nearly knocked it away from him. Good run by Russo. Over the shoulder. Free kick. Play on. Abbott lost it. Good play here by O'Connell. Trying to get it. Another powerful tackle by Little Platten. Worsfold. Brereton kept it in and chipped it through from behind. Clever stuff. Clever stuff, and it may count a lot.
No, he won't be allowed to kick that because there were players from either side. No player of either side may be within 10 metres of the kick-off lines when the fullback kicks it out. So he'll have to kick it again. So one straight kick the difference again. Eagles 12-12, Hawthorn 11-12. Lockyer, plenty of space in that. Over the back. And here, further afield to Lamb. Lamb looking in turn, and they could pick it up off the ground inside to Mainwaring. Mainwaring a short kick. Here's Hart running onto the football, under pressure. Back to Mainwaring. He's trundled off the ball. Players go in. Russo wants the free kick. Mainwaring says, "Would you mind letting go my arm?" And umpire McDonald says, "I'm going to bounce it." Eagles in attack. 14.5 minutes.
And a goal separating them. The Eagles in front. Hard work there. It's kicked out by Swab. And here the man with the front running to pick the ball up 20 metres inside the line. Good diving attempt by half a dozen players there. And the man over the line there is Jeff Miles. The throw in. 15 minutes into this the term, and Tuck to take the knock in. No, he doesn't get it. Good play by Anir. Jenky with the sun in his eyes in this quarter has marked at half back.
15-metre penalty. Jenky sees Russo. Russo marks on the defensive side of centre. He now puts it to Tuck, and the Hawks are into attack. Spiral punt. Oh, good mark, Buckenara. Right on the 50-metre line. Plenty of marking power up forward. Abbott, Dunstall, Brereton. Buckenara kicks for that marking power right into the kick-off lines. The mark to Hawthorn. Has it been forced? The goal umpire says forced through. Brereton has a slipper on the ground, which was entirely unnecessary.
5 points now. If the Hawks can get a goal here, they'll take the lead again. Curran stands flat-footed. Deer is, oh, how did he do that? Pings it off the cat to Platt. Off the Loveridge. Loveridge has missed. 4 points. Eagles hanging on. 16 minutes. Final turn.
Lockyer to put the ball into play again. Finds O'Connell. O'Connell to Zanotti, and the Eagles opening up space. Hart is loose if they want him, but they go for Lewis. Lewis has Hart inside him if he's quick enough. He goes back and pops it over the top. Hart runs into that space and takes the mark. Hart to McNish. McNish to steady down and shoot for goal. How are all these Eagles players getting loose?
Yes, Hawthorn have been very sloppy in their chasing all day, and that passage of play just proved that quite a few Hawthorn backmen, forwards and backmen all over the ground were just not chasing as much as they normally do.
Well, the kick by McNish. Not there. Wiley's a man with a chance. And Keane loops it back. Marked by the little fellow, the mop top. Jay Platt out to Tuck. Oh, Lewis got there, but Tuck stood his ground. Lewis fends him off.
Free kick, Lewis.
15 metres should be, but
it won't be.
Oh yes, that's Cameron.
Well, the Eagles leading by 4 points. 70 minutes into this final term, and the Eagles prepared to make another change.
Kick on goal coming up. Chris Lewis, probably the youngest player on the ground. Possessed of an enormous amount of talent. He fires a goal and does not miss. And the Eagles are further in front. They are 10 points in front now. His second goal. And the Eagles are 10 points in front. 13-12-90 to Hawthorn 11-14-80. He's the first man to kick more than one goal for the Eagles.
Yes, Lashenko back on the ground, going straight onto the ball at the centre bounce, with Keane going back to full forward.
And Scott's the man who came off, so the two Giants are on. The Eagles by 10 points, 18 minutes into this final term, and the fresh man Lashenko has a couple of whacks at it. Russell Morris down to Breton, who fends it off towards Russo. They're running at this stage. Loveridge cleaning up there is Schwab. It's Loveridge again. Lockyer will get this one. He read the flight better than Dunstall. Plays on the boundary line, shoots one out towards Mainwaring. Feeds it out the back to Zanotti. Characteristic, bursts away from the pack. Kick is not great. Maybe it'll be okay this time, but McNish gets it. Oh, the fellow Ushenko was flat-footed, but clever play. Taps on towards Lewis.
Oh, good tackle.
It was a good tackle by Lewis, who could see Kennedy charging through.
He sweated on him. 11,068 people here to see this game today. Very few Eagle supporters. Down to Lewis. He's grabbed in turn. Swings a boot at the ball, so that's play on. Goes out towards Mainwaring, who catches the ball well. Good skills. Gives it to Anir, always running. Probably one of the best on ground. Inside 50 metres. Anir cops and props. Gets onto the left boot. Fires away at the big sticks. And knocked out of the hands, I think, of Alex Ishenko. Is it a behind? Yes. So that gives the Eagles an 11-point lead. 91-80, 13-13 to 11-14. They've been playing 20 minutes.
Mr. Richard, I can say the Hawks are going to need 2 quick goals if they're going to get this out of themselves out of trouble. Kennedy takes the kick. He's tackled there by Lewis. The umpire says play on. And now it's holding the ball.
No, holding the man.
So Kennedy will get the kick at half-back.
How lucky is he?
Yes, no, 2 correct decisions. He played on, which was a correct decision, but Lewis held him for too long.
Curran's going to get the kick, is he?
Push in the back.
Curran's out on the outer wing.
20 and a half minutes, short pass to Russo. His sure hands hold it. They give it back. A little bit of give and go stuff. Awkward looking kick up into the forward line away from Platten. Down to ground, picked up by O'Connell. He disposes high in the air and into the crowd for a penalty free kick to be taken by Cone. 21 minutes gone. The Eagles leading 13-13-91 to Hawthorn 11-14-80. The kick goes up and McNish is there to mark and turn yet another Hawthorn thrust. Kick goes out, but it goes back from whence it came, and it's kicked the kick out there. No, play on now. Eagles going forward. Oh, is that Gastev? Yes, it is, and what a great mark. John Gastev decides to run around the man on the mark, and he does it well. Takes the bounce, kick it quickly. Hand pass it then. Under pressure. Disposed. Free kick. Loveridge plays on. Whistle on the play. And the umpire says, as Dipper Domenico comes back on the ground, free kick to Hawthorn. Going to Rodney Eade.
Rocket Eade straight down the centre to Tuck. Grabbed high, Tuck grabbed high, will take the free kick against Wiley. The Hawks need 2 goals and quickly. 22 minutes into this final term, and Tuck goes out towards Morris. Glatton maybe. Good play here by Loveridge. Swab loops a long one over to Morrissey. Then to Morris. Handley is out on the full.
Hawthorn is still under pressure by the Eagles, apart from being behind on the scoreboard, and they're also sort of going short up the defensive flank. So it's very hard. It's going to be very hard to score those 2 goals unless they play more direct in this last 5 minutes.
Long kick by Lockyer, almost marked by Deere, comes down to ground and picked up by Mainwaring. He kicks to open space. Absolutely nobody up there. Now Schwab first to the ball. Makes the good bounce for himself. He's assisted as he takes a bounce and runs back through that space again. Kicks forward in front of the pack. O'Connell. Easy mark to Mike O'Connell. Goes across the face of goal this time, Jeff.
Robert Wiley, very experienced campaigner. He knows how to use the ball and runs it out well. Across to Zanotti, but tucked there, but clever. He knew that Lamb was at the back of him. He sent it up early. Don Holmes was good early and missed it. Can he get this one? Delightful picker. Handball's a shocker, though. Buckenara to Platt. Pushed by Turner.
Lucky.
Front, well, a bit lucky, John, but he front on as well. And Platten from 60 metres out. The Hawks 11 points down as he kicks it towards Dunstall. Dunstall and Lockyer. Lockyer knocks it away from Dunstall's grasp, and good play by him. The ball out in the Hawks' forward pocket.
23 and a half minutes gone.
$26,860. The gate takings from 11,068 people. Buckenara, Dipper Domenico, swings it round to Dunstall, who shepherds it through. First goal kicked by Robert Di Domenico. Robert Di Domenico. And well shepherded by Dunstall. Did not look at the goals before he kicked it. Give that one to Dunstall. Although you've got to mark it down to Di Domenico. Eagles in attack once again, Jeff.
And the Hawks into attack now. Loveridge. Oh, it's Russo. Man by himself is Platt. Oh, it went past him. Stolen by Oshenko. Hawk player down in trouble. I think it's Rodney Eade. McNish, a long kick with the breeze. It looks good. It's the answering goal. It is. The Eagles are not to be denied.
Yes, very good shepherding by Laurie Keane.
Yes, well, if you gave 5 points of the previous Hawthorn goal to Dunstall, you'd give almost 5.5 to Laurie Keane for that one. That was brilliant. Big man, a la John Nichols, spread out his arms, said, "You may not get near it. You will not get near it," and through it went. Member of the Hug Me Tight Brigade, and through it went.
Time on started.
Back in the centre again. Eagles stretching high. Oops. Don Holmes had his head guard knocked off, so he must get the free kick.
Yes, 11-point lead. Certainly a very valuable one for the Eagles. 26 minutes coming up.
Holmes just head guard, kicks ball forward. Looking for Keane, can't mark in the pack. Ball on the ground. McNish again. High kick in the air. They're asked to play on. Ball hits the turf. Picked up by Morris. Kicks it back. Ishenko there can't mark. Down the ground, Eade. Possession further afield. The Hawks running into attack. A chance here for Handley. His kick away from Dunstall. Chance here for the Eagles. Little high shepherding behind the pack. Didn't go unnoticed. By the Hawthorn fans anyway. O'Connell can't pick it up before it goes across the line and out of bounds. And listen to those Hawthorn fans. They are not appreciative of that shepherd by Worsfold.
Well, not too many Eagles fans here to return the compliment. At the top. Russo with a mighty punch. Dipper, can he do it again? He tried to run through a couple. It was Lockyer. Buchanara steadies and kicks the goal. It's through. Oh! A great goal, Buck. And they're 5 points down. 26 and a half minutes into this final term, and Buchanara's second goal was a beauty. Just what the doctor ordered.
Certainly wasn't the Eagles doctor who ordered it. Buchanara, one of the players in dispute between Hawthorn and the Eagles before the season started. And it's put Hawthorn back to within 5 points. 97 the Eagles, 92 the Hawks. Ball hits the ground, and there's Holmes once again, sending them forward. Comes to Kennedy, a little bit slow, but he got his kick. Hawthorn charging forward once again. In front, Mark not paid, but a chance for Renstead to gain possession. He comes back to the ball, spins out of trouble, but the Hawks are there in numbers. Eade to Russo, all butted up and nowhere to go. Back to Eade, kicks wildly over the shoulder, but it's Buchanara again. Foxing for a 15-metre penalty. He gives possession to Green. Quick kick by him into the forward line. All Eagles. And the mark held in by Mike O'Connell. What a good mark under pressure.
It's a great mark, Richard, and Zanotti's run and made us some space. Let's Lewis take it. 2 men out there on that wing. Hart grabs it, an ear on the left-hand side, and he goes for an ear running up towards the half-forward line now. The short kick, Gastes over his head. Stretching fingers, Robert Wiley, the man of the moment.
Behind.
And it's a goal separating them.
Could have sewed it up there.
Yes, he certainly could, Dick.
28 and a half minutes gone. If Hawthorn score a goal, it will be a draw, but that won't be a fitting result. Down to Mainwaring, gets clear, kicks long, hard and high. Hawthorn in front of the pack, and the mark pulled in by Russell Morris. Last line of defence. Hurry up, say the Hawthorn people, as he kicks it out wide towards that flank again. Renstead! Oh, that could be the mark that won the game.
The loose men in the pockets everywhere.
He kicks towards that loose man. Mainwaring. No, it's Wiley.
And
Wiley.
Three loose men in the one pocket. Unbelievable this stage of the game for Hawthorn to be so loose.
29 minutes gone. Wiley, very experienced campaigner. Over 100 games with Richmond. Lines up from 45 metres out. Kicks hard, long and high into the kick-off lines. Million players flying high for it. Ball on the ground. Shot by Gold's gone through. It's Holmes. And the Eagles have got a goal and they're going to win this game. Don Holmes' second goal. And I think that one's made the Eagles safe. 29 3/4 minutes gone. Little mishandling there by Deere, and Holmes with the head guard picks up and pops it through with his left boot. 104 plays 92. The Eagles 12 points in front.
And just about 30 minutes of play as Deere taps it to Dipper, and he was flat-footed, caught. The Eagles into attack again, and they're very good getting it away from that centre. Langford, the fullback. And the siren's gone, and the Eagles have won. 15-14, 104 to Hawthorn's 13-14, 92.
The qualifying final of 1994 was played at the Wacker under lights, and Collingwood hated the thought of crossing the Nullarbor. But the Eagles were terrific, but Collingwood made them earn the points.
The Eagles out by 24 points. Hines, very good in that third term. 17 possessions to David Hines. Got a reprieve last week, hasn't he? Done something with it. He goes up and wins this one down. Socket away by Kemp towards half forward, gathered by Spinks. Wide of the target, it was Mainwaring. Down goes Heady, on one knee, gets it to Mainwaring. High floating kick inside the 50, waiting in front, almost Evans. Hand pass came from Bond to Lewis. Now towards full forward, Sumich wrestles again with Kelly. Off hands, a chance for Wilson. Forced deep to the pocket. Wilson tried to go with the outside of the boot. Russell gets it across the line. And it will be thrown in.
It's interesting here.
Showing there on Peter Wilson's face.
Well, I've been consulting the rule book. It's three-quarter time. There's a lot of paragraphs to read. As the ball comes in, we'll break in play. We'll get back to the rule book.
Yes, maybe when the ball gets down the ground a bit, but a chance here for Sumic. Contest there by Kelly, and the ball held in. The umpire will bounce.
Rule 6, Part 6, Number 1. The field umpire shall be the sole judge of the first sound of the siren.
Which one?
Yes, interesting.
That rule book's outdated. It was printed before we brought 3 umpires in, Dennis.
1994, it's got at the front of this.
Yeah, it has, but it talks about 2 umpires. Last time I read it, so what are we to do? Francis wrestled to the ground. It's going to be a free kick to Collingwood. Well, I'm sure, as I said before, umpire Kira gave the all clear. The goal umpire waved the flags, but then the other umpire, I think it was Mitchell, came down.
Well done by Russell.
Meantime, back with the action. Russell got it to Watson, who in turn got it to McGuan, who comes down to half forward, over the top ball, diving in on top of it, Worsfold. Otten seemed to be held. Well done by McGuan to Buckley, high up and under, inside the 50. Going back with courage, McCartney. Leading back is Jakovic. Still can't control it, Jakovic. McKenna's on for the hand pass. He's got it now in the pocket, McKenna. And the Eagles, so gifted in defence, will bring it out again. This is Jakovic.
He made a mistake today, Jakovic.
Brilliantly done by Jakovic. He just kept running, made a target for McKenna. Now this is Pike in the centre of the ground. He can go short. Mainwaring on his own on centre wing. He's got plenty of time to assess the situation and wait that kick magnificently for Lewis. Lewis has struggled all day.
It's the first time that the Eagles have got by themselves. They brought that ball out very easily from the full back line. It was good running, good combination of play down on the full back line. Jakovic got it across to half back, and then it was Mainwaring with a beautiful kick to Lewis, and that's probably the first time that the West Coast players have really got away from Collingwood.
Well, it was a lovely kick delivered there by Chris Mainwaring. I think there's a lot of critics of the way he throws it on his boot and just kicks it blindly into the forward line, but that was a good kick. Lewis on the right side of his opponent and is marked about 30 metres, maybe a little closer. The angle is a tight one. And he kicks for goal, and I think he's at the post again. He has. So 2 behinds to Chris Lewis. 9:15 plays 6-8. Collingwood need a couple of quick goals to regain the momentum from the West Coast. The West Coast Eagles kicked 3-7 in the 3rd quarter to Collingwood's 2 goals 3. Williams leads to the far side, but the kick is straight down the ground. Looks for Monkhorst. He tries to tap it on. It rebounds now. Kerrison, hand pass. He finds Russell. Russell's kick is a wobbly punt kick. In front was Houghton. Does pretty well. They sit on him, they stand on him, they do everything. The ball eventually, when it was just about to bound out of that congested area, will be bounced by umpire Peter Carey. Controversial circumstances at the end of the 3rd term here at the Wacker. The score, the goal kicked by Chris Lewis, annulled by the central umpire. This is Buckley. Handball over the top. McGuan. Kick look for Williams. Oh, well done there by Brown. He regains his footing. Can he kick a goal? Gavin Brown, magnificent stuff. That is what Fowler's football is about. He's kicked his 3rd to captain and gives Collingwood a little sniff. 9:15 plays 7-8.
Well, we've complimented Brown, especially in the 3rd quarter, of the fact that he can get in front. Look again, once again in front. And see, when you're in front, you can control the ball. He's the first to get up, make amends for the fall, and there he is, reaping the reward.
Centre breaks, all important now for Collingwood, but on this occasion it's a West Coast break. Over the top of Wilson went Krasiska. Buckley, hand pass into the path there of Fraser, trying to run him down with Spinks. The kick is high, it's too high, but it's not too high for Jason Ball, but he's been penalised for a little push out. So the free kick will go to McCartney for the Magpies. Just forward of centre wing is Jason McCartney. 11 possessions to the number 12 in the Collingwood, Guernsey. And he kicks it inside 50 metres for the Magpies. Up high was Hines. Held it long enough, according to the central umpire, and was paid the mark.
He's done well, Hines, and also Monkhorst, his opposite number, have done well. They've got a contrasting game. Both have done well in their particular style of game.
After Henny. Short one is on. Kemp comes on a lead. Right on the wing. Dean Kemp. Chip pass. Hines again. Takes it low down. Runs on. Monkhorst seeking out some contact. The kick inside the 50. Great mark by Kelly. Great duel, that one. Sumich and Kelly. Sumich only 2 goals, but possibly the most dangerous forward on the ground, given that Brown's been up the ground on occasions. Kelly's kick back to the wing. Tranquilli is up in the second attempt. Tranquilli in the cauldron for the final round. Likewise, this young man, Houghton over the top. Tranquilli charges at the ball. Well done. He wanted it most. He tracks it down to half full, then gave it away. Half. Jakovic defiantly pops it back to the wing. Hines again.
That tap on by Tranquilli, Dennis, would have been better if he even attempted a kick off the ground.
As it turned out, the short one is on. Pert comes over the top, gets it out of bounds. Hines, 7 marks, 19 possessions.
And they've played very disciplined football, especially that back line where Watson and Pert, we saw Pert then again punching from behind.
Well, that would not do the Eagles much harm, that bash over the boundary line, as Christian prepares to regain his position back on the arena. The knockout finishes with Tranquilli. Tranquilli's left foot kick inside 50 metres. Getting back was Houghton. It's punched back in the main wearing direction. He goes for the hand pass in front of himself and finds touch. McGuan and Main wearing, they've had a pretty good contest. 9:15 plays 7-8. 13.5 minutes left. Houghton doing the ruck work. Up against Jakovic. Jakovic over the top. The ball spills wide. Main wearing's kick is effective. Goes a little closer to the Eagles' goal, a little further away from the Collingwood goal. They'll have a throw in. Damien Monkhorst is off the ground, so a weary-looking Damien Monkhorst. Maybe a 3-minute break, and then he might get back into it, Don.
McKenna, you can see there in the foreground, has got Tranquilli. Brown was his number. Brown now playing at full forward. Brennan's picking him up.
Well, you get the feeling maybe Hines has won the war and forced Matthews' hand here. Monkhorst is off the ground. This ball up down towards left half forward for Collingwood. 9:15, 7-8. McGuan couldn't control it. Evans. Ooh. Well to him, says the umpire.
McGuan in trouble.
A bit of groin. No, it looks like he's limping a bit, doesn't it?
Yes, he does. Just away from the pack. Jakovic, meantime, goes up. McKenna left it behind. Francis in desperate trouble. And we'll have a bounce. It's Mickey McGuan.
He's a tough
walk it off. He'll get no sympathy there. They've been at it all day. Houghton comes on the run, gets it down to in front Main wearing.
Good tackle
by Kerrison. Kemp, did he have it?
Good umpiring.
Let him play. McGuan to Francis. Great evasion. Tony Francis from 35. He's got it.
His third goal, Tony Francis. This will go down to the wire. They're coming home with a breeze. And he did himself well, but it all started here with Kerrison. Look at that by Kerrison. Fantastic stuff. And the second effort. McGuan, goal will go down, but Kerrison's effort responsible for that goal.
Back in the centre, the high flyer Christian, but he's beaten for it by Hines. Attempted clearance there by Evans, and the umpire will call for another bounce. The player there, Watson, getting a pat on the head for the Magpies. He was desperate in that situation. I mentioned before about centre clearances, so important. Collingwood can't afford to let the West Coast go forward in the remainder of this last quarter. This is Buckley, beautiful tackle by Heady. And the umpire let play go on. The the ball spills now for Pert. He couldn't quite gather it. Buckley gets it clear. Now with Russell.
Well done, Main Blair.
Fierce at the football and forced it over for a throw-in.
Because he was running to where the action is, he caused Russell to look around. Russell took his eye off the ball. He was in control of the situation. And watch this. This might be a free kick. Terrific tackle. But then we don't see the rest of it where Russell took his eye off the ball.
13 points the margin. The Eagles lead. Buckley certainly had it a long time. This player's getting very tired now.
They're great athletes, aren't they, Dennis? Fairly warm conditions, and they go at it for 100 and whatever, 10 minutes.
It was unbelievable, I think. Christian helped on its way by McGuan.
Well done,
Matera. Matera's still going. Fraser over the top. Fraser trying to lock it in. He's penalised. Matera, that is a shocking.
No, Dennis, he did not attempt to get rid of it. He pulled it back in.
Fraser was over the top of him. He had no hope.
Fraser helped.
Oh, that's a relay free kick, and he's hurt himself as well.
Matera's not happy, and he's hurt Matera.
Now that's an act of frustration, and this will certainly be a goal. You can't, and he's gone down, which makes things worse. Matera back in the centre of the ground. There he is.
Yeah, hurt his hip.
My word, when he laid that bump.
So Brown's got the ball. What a terrific effort by
Now
Collingwood.
he's pulled the ball back in. Watch this, you are not allowed to do this. There's the ball coming back in.
Look where the umpire is, Tom.
Yes, but the point is he's got to get it out. And the rule says, Dennis, if you pull it back in and don't get it out, you're penalised.
Here's Brown. He's got it, has he? What a game he's played. Another one.
Well, another controversial incident. That's Brown's fourth goal. Matera going off the ground. Well, that could be the turning point of this game.
Well, he doesn't look too good, but the Eagles have got to go further than this game. There's more finals to be played, and that looks bad news for the Eagles with Peter Matera. Christian doing the ruck work, but it's Evans for the Eagles. Gets it to Heady. Heady goes wide, awkward for Waterman, but he's able to get his left foot to it. Kicks it towards full forward. Important here, Lewis has got it. Lewis's snapshot is a goal.
Just what the doctor ordered. Chris Lewis, his second goal, 2 goals, 2, but they got the ball out. And it was Waterman who was a little bit slow. Looked like he was going to be run down by Collingwood players on the edge of the square, just here, not controlling the ball. And then Lewis with his class, players overrunning the ball, very hot, but Lewis, plenty of class as we know, onto the left foot, normally a right foot kick, plenty of confidence, and that's the goal that they wanted.
So it's back to 13 points in favour of the West Coast. A very important centre break, the previous one. Christian gets his right fist to it. It's knocked forward for Collingwood by David Hart. Chance for McCartney. Strong there was Djakovic. McCartney does well. But it's McKenna, kicks it across the half-back line. It may still stay inside the boundary line here. Williams, after it hard was Brown, gets it back to Williams. Williams gets past Horsmold. In goes Tranquilli. Could he miss from there? He couldn't, he's goal. This is a magnificent game of football. It was very tight for 3 quarters. It's opened up a little in the last. And Collingwood again pull back to within 7 points.
Well, there's again Brown underneath it. See if you're in front once again. He set it up. And it was Williams who went into Tranquilli, unattended Tranquilli, open goal. He made no mistake at all. Well done, Brown. And here is Matera, where he pulls the ball back into himself. He may get the bump, then he gets up, a free kick given. We don't see the actual bump where he hurt himself.
Back in the middle. Well, we saw where umpire Carey was. If he didn't guess, I'm not here. 10-15 to 10-8. Hines goes up. Kerrison at the base of the pack. Here's Williams. He's quick. Williams forward at the wing. Collingwood irresistible. Tranquilli cleared him. Loose ball behind. McKenna gets back. Brown comes, applies pressure. The ball's out of bounds.
Now that was deliberate, actually. He should be penalised.
He is.
He is. That's exactly right.
Mate,
he had
these
to put him on
umpires won't
forward.
get off the ground. I'll tell you what, if the Eagles lose this game, they'll get slaughtered.
former Western Australian.
And it's a Western Australia. I was just going to say it's a Western Australian umpire giving the decision, but that was deliberate. He should have gone through for a point. And he had a man out in front. He could have handballed off to him.
Now, Dennis, it's getting close. The point kicked by Pike at half-time and the goal kicked by Lewis that wasn't allowed are going to come into it, aren't they?
Now, what's going to happen here? Brown's going to run around. Look, there he goes, and that was bad. Lax marking.
That's his fifth. He's got 5, Gavin Brown. What a performance.
That was lax marking by the West Coast to allow him to get around. And the West Coast can only blame themselves if they lose this. Matera in the centre of the ground and McKenna on that occasion.
How can you pick one incident like that and penalise it?
Because it was deliberate. No, he handballed.
When it's happened half a dozen
Well, watch it.
times.
Here it is on replay. Look at this. Look, a deliberate handball towards the boundary line.
Well, Collingwood get clear of the centre. It's Williams, a high kick towards centre-half forward. McKenna tackled, didn't have the football. Ball. And it will come
should
back.
be played, surely.
It will come back to McKenna. And the fans here are ecstatic. They've got a free kick. McKenna's kick goes wide. This is Worsfold.
Really sprung up too.
Worsfold's kick towards half forward.
Oh, he's being held.
Punched away by Russell, but the free kick will go to Bond. The free kicks are 22 to Collingwood, 15 to West Coast. Bond's kick to half forward. Knocked away from Lewis by Sharkey. Wilson gets the hand pass back. Chance there for Spinks. The kick goes towards the goal line. And it goes over for a boundary throw in the left forward pocket for the West Coast. Godden, Matera on the bench, and Matera's right hip was a little disconcerting, but hopefully he's going to be okay. Christian over the top, Lewis overruns it. Watson looking a little weary. Oh, Lewis downs him as the ball goes over the boundary line. Unnecessarily so, says Normie Rowe, and Watson will take the free kick in the right back pocket.
What a weekend of football, eh? Amazing. The kick.
Oh,
marked by Hines. No, not paid. Taken by Williams. Beautiful hand pass. Russell knocked it on. McCartney sold into trouble. Back it comes to Russell. Floats it inside the 50. Gavin Brown surrounded. Fisted away there by Brennan. Hutton couldn't do anything with it. Away comes Brennan. Gets the hand pass to Worsfold. A real test now for the Eagles, working into the breeze. Kick wide. Wilson just inside the line, was it?
On the full.
On the full. You've got good eyes, Robbo.
I watched the boundary umpire, Dennis, just off the play a little bit.
Krasiska. Picked up. Long way from us. Krasiska goes down towards half forward. Off hands, it falls forward. Hines floats it back towards the wing. Awkward one for Bond. Kerrison played it well. Pumped it down to half forward. Hines again. Strong tackle, McCartney. I think we'll have a whistle.
The umpires are going to give the whistle away in this last quarter. There's 6.5, just under 7 minutes left.
Eagles lead the game by a point. We had level scores at full time yesterday, North Melbourne and Hawthorn. 1 point the difference with a couple of seconds left, Geelong and Footscray. Melbourne and Carlton, a terrific game. And now this game is a 1 point margin. The ball at half forward for the Eagles. It's taken by Bondi, swapped into the ground. Too fierce was the tackle there. And the free kick will go to Bond. Wilson in the hands of the trainers for West Coast, but it's Bond with the football, wide and half forward.
He's got to get it down quickly. Here's Wilson's injury, and whack from Watson. Quite legitimate.
The kick to the full forward area. Watson, little kick by that player. May find touch, and there's a scream of deliver it. The umpires will have nothing of that, and we'll have a throw in the right forward pocket for the West Coast.
It's tough getting off this ground for the umpires tonight.
Oh, that's guilty.
Controversial game. They'll talk about this for weeks to come. Again, perhaps the Eagles embroiled in controversy as Pert goes off the ground in midfield. McCartney didn't appear to have the ball. Eventually a belated whistle. No, it's going the other way.
He's done well, Paul.
Ball's getting the kick.
Player on his own on the far wing.
Goes across the ground. Great effort there by Buckley. Waterman kept his footing. Hart in trouble. Well done by Evans. Worsfold to Ball just forward of the wing. Ball kicks inside the 50. Heady props, fisted away by Watson. In fact, that's a mark.
Well done, Dennis.
He went and found it again.
Yes, top effort by Watson. He gets the hand pass wide. Krasiska on his favourite left foot, kicks it down the wing. Running after it, Christian. Umpire calls play on. This is McKenna. Could have nearly been run down. Kicks into the centre of the ground. And the mark is taken by Hines. He's played a magnificent game for the Eagles, David Hines.
His last quarter, terrific.
Struggled to get a place in the side, and over the last couple of weeks is doing it very well. The ball spills at centre-half forward. Wilson with the footy underneath. Krasiska appealing for the free kick. But the umpire lets it go and he will ball it in the air. A point the difference, under 5 minutes left. And at centre-half forward for the West Coast. The big punch. The ball spills for Bond. Bond in the right forward pocket. Hooks the kick across the face. Sumic and Kelly. Sumic, what can he do? Miss. Kicks a point. 2 points the margin. 2 goals, 3 to Peter Sumic. Gavin Brown's kicked 5 goals for Collingwood. Tony Francis has kicked 3. And the other multiple goal scorers has been Matera with 2 and Brett Heddy with 2.
Straight down the middle to the path of McGuan. Hassel comes to meet it. Very unkind bounce. Hart gets it away, Mainwaring. Puts it down to half forward Lewis. Really sided today, but he's marked just outside the 50.
Spinks is on and he's going down, so he's a big mark. Spinks is in the forward pocket.
The Eagles by 2 points.
Oh, what's
Short
he doing?
pass. They came from all directions. Watson did well, knocked it forward. Russell slips it away. Krasiska to McGuan. The Magpies surge forward, kick to midfield. Buckley has been very good alongside the centre circle. Brown wants it long, but he goes short. Tranquilli. He's marked within scoring range.
He's had a dirty afternoon, McKenna.
Tranquilli will kick from just outside the 50. His side is down by 2 points. What a responsibility. 3.5 minutes to go.
You kick this. It's a beautiful kick for goal.
No second chances after this for Collingwood if they lose. They have to win. The kick is not good. It hangs a long time in the air. Brown! Almost! What a terrific effort. The umpire goes in to bounce it. Brown almost the mark.
Appealingly looked at the umpire as he came in to bounce the ball. Only metres from the Collingwood goal.
Well done,
and stumped over the boundary line by Djakovic. And we'll have a throw in the right forward pocket for Collingwood. So the Magpies still a big chance to snatch this game. They trail by 2 points, 3 minutes left, and it's certainly within scoring distance for Collingwood in their right forward pocket. Can they snatch a goal here? Christian and Hines. Christian takes it out of the air. He can't get his foot to it. And he's been penalised for holding the ball. And Worsfold will take the free kick for the Eagles. Johnny Worsfold in the left back pocket for the West Coast. Should he come this side, he's going to be forced to go to the favoured side for the Magpies. Out in front of the Lily Marsh stand. Up high was Heddy. Punched away. Chance for Williams. He gets around. Back onto his right foot. Hand pass. Short. Chopped off by Evans. Close to the boundary line. He kicks it back near the wing. And it's punched over by Watson. And we're down under 3 minutes. Centre wing. Boundary throw in. Capacity crowd at the Wacker. On their toes. Can the Eagles hang on? Can Collingwood snatch a miraculous victory? The ball spills now for Pike. He gets his left foot to it. Kerrison. In goes Watson again. He drags it in. Hines was good. And the umpire forced to bounce.
Just so important now to be in front. Because you can see the pressure. The ball just coming along the ground willy-nilly. If you're in front, you can take advantage. Gavin Brown has done it consistently in the second half.
Hines goes up and gets it down into the path of Lewis. Away it comes to Wilson. Back to Lewis. On the burst. About 75 metres from goal. Down towards full forward. Heavy. Open goal. Gets it.
Rotten luck for Kelly. He hit the ball, just couldn't control it. And that's what Heddy did when he came on in the second quarter to kick his first goal. Rode the pack, and that's given them a bit of breathing space. They'll have to kick 2 goals now, Collingwood, to get this lead back. And Lewis, who started with Hines punch on the centre wing. Lewis got it, series of handballs. Kelly couldn't control. The opportunist, Heddy.
I hope they hear the siren.
No wonder they have trouble winning in Victoria. This crowd, they're just absolutely beside themselves now. close to the end of the game. And the West Coast lead by 8 points. The ball towards full forward, kicked back by Watson. They need a mark here. Opportunity for Hassel. He goes after it with Lewis. Lewis gathers. Flips it out the back door to Hart. Hart goes away to Jakovic. Jakovic backs himself. It could be a critical play. He handballs to the 50-metre line. Collingwood take possession through Pert, but doing it well was Spinks. Gets the handball to Main Waring. Main Waring's kick is in towards centre-half forward. No mark. The ball spills. Held, but he didn't have it. Was Russell. Maybe advantage. It is. It's with Collingwood. Christian took the football and got it to Buckley. Buckley wide. It must bounce nicely for McCartney, and he must kick a goal. If Collingwood are to be any chance, he must kick a goal, and he has. Magnificent stuff. Wow. McCartney's first goal, and Collingwood back in it with less than a minute. The centre break all important when the ball gets back there. 11-16 West Coast, 12 goals, 8 Collingwood.
Well, look at the space he's found McCartney here. Lewis just couldn't run him down. And a great kick from 50 metres, a pressure kick.
What about those Collingwood defenders, the way they hit the ball at the other end?
Now can Hines get up and thump the ball like he did at the last bounce down? He got it moving their way for the West Coast.
Eagles by 2 points. Inside the last minute of the game, Hines went the distance. Williams has got it. Down he goes.
Oh, wow.
The umpire wants it and the clock continues to run. This has been a contentious issue all season long.
I thought he might have got the free kick then, Williams.
As I said just moments ago, hopefully the umpires hear the siren this time. Umpire Carey puts it down right in the middle. Hines comes off his run. Christian against him, slapped out by Ball down towards half forward. Look at them go. Tired players all. In goes Kemp, missed it. Hassel's got it over the top. We're down to 20 seconds. McGuan, the look away handful. It'll come back to Hassel.
There's a free kick behind play. Hassel.
The umpires whistle time on.
Main Waring, is it?
The clock is stopped at 13 seconds. Hassel will take the ball on the wing. He was held by Main Waring.
They've got to get numbers back, West Coast.
We're down to 10 seconds.
Collingwood are going to take a mark.
Inside the 50. Missed by McGuan. It comes to Jakovic. They dive in. It's all over. The siren will sound. McGuan had the half chance. Couldn't hang on. It's all over at the Wacker. And what a remarkable game of football. Only fitting in the weekend we've had. Collingwood ever so close. It doesn't need this to finish. It does not need this to finish.
What an absolute beauty. And West Coast went on to win the flag that year against Geelong. Emotion really pours out when these two sides meet. Sheedy and Malthouse used to be teammates at Richmond, but now they love to combat each other on the field. 1996 at Subiaco, another great day. And the West Coast Eagles in all sorts of trouble at three-quarter time, trailing by 3 goals. We pick up the action in the last quarter.
A very important first 5 or 6 minutes in this match now, the start of the last term. Essendon lead by 17 points. They're 14-8 to 11-9. If the Eagles are to win this match, you would think they would have to kick the first goal. But it's Alessio's kick to centre-half forward. It's punched back towards the centre. Nearly gathered there by Lucas. The ball spills. It was Blumfield. Went in after it again. And the umpire will be forced to bounce just wide of centre-half forward for the Bombers.
I think the Eagles recognised their midfield was badly down in the third quarter, and Evans and Lovell, 2 fresh midfielders, and Kemp have gone in there this quarter.
Alessio to do the ruck work. Doolan's handball. O'Donnell. Back to Lucas. Lucas off his favoured left side. Gets good distance across the half-forward line. It spills. Cockatoo Collins tries to tap it to the back. Gather was by Waterman. He was under enormous pressure. Essendon playing with spirit. Cockatoo Collins to Ola Renshaw. Ola Renshaw knocks it forward. In goes Mercury. Cockatoo Collins again. Matera to take it over, and the boundary umpire will throw it in the left forward pocket for Essendon.
I think Peter Matera pretty pleased when he turned around and saw the umpire signal ball it in, because there was just a hint of deliberate about that little execution over the boundary line. Out of the boundary, throw in goes Alessio's, kicked it straight up in the air, underneath it McIntosh. Metropolis punches it out of the air for the safety of the boundary line.
See, the
momentum, certainly with Essendon, isn't it?
Well, I don't think there's any doubt that Stephen Alessio has given him an armchair ride since he's been moved into the ruck. He really has been a dominant force. And once again, the ball deep in attack for the Bombers. Alessio just doing what he likes out of the ruck now, coming up against Chad Morrison, a jockey in comparison. Fraser Garrick and Mark McCurry will have a wrestle over who comes up with the ball.
Alessio was even pushing into Essendon's forward line now and doing the ruck work down there.
We'll look for Alessio to take this one out of the bounce. This time it was Downsbury, comes over the top, Hurd swoops on it. Lovell underneath it, he's been a little bit quiet since half-time. Kemp up in the air, Donnelly versus Lucas, he's been great, Lucas, since half-time. And Chad Morrison just edges the ball forward for the West Coast Eagles. We're just a couple of minutes into this final term, and Essendon 14-8-92 have a 17-point lead over the West Coast, 11-9-75. And it's been some time since the Eagles have kicked a goal. Bit of a non-event, the boundary throw-in, quick hands from Bluntfield, finds Doolan.
So I think Alessio will continue to come up and do the centre bounce ruck work, but after the centre bounce, Lucas is virtually going on the ball and Alessio is pushing into play as a permanent forward.
Well, he's a terrific leaping, jumping, athletic young man, has got Lucas. Now this time the ball falls to Evans at the back of that boundary throw-in. Mitchell White, that could be paid as a mark. He's taken about 13 now. He's kicking the Sumich direction. Knocked away. Chance for the Eagles here. Schofield gathers. Back to Lovell. Lovell, snapshot from about 40 metres. Misses. Off to the right was Andy Lovell. His first score for the day, just a behind. Peter Sumich, the leading goal scorer for the West Coast, has kicked 6. All the others are singles. And for Essendon, they've got 3 players who have kicked 3 goals, and most of them came in the third quarter. Mercury, James Hurd and Cockatoo Collins all have 3 against their name. Kick in by O'Donnell finds Basidi. Still within scoring distance as far as the Eagles are concerned. His kick finds Fletcher. And now it will be well out of danger from the Eagles' point of view. Fletcher's kick towards the wing. Good mark taken by Schofield.
Yes, they need a lift in the middle, the Eagles, if they're to get back into this game. Jared Schofield, just the sort of player, can weave some magic and deliver the ball forward to Sumich. Looking for Donnelly this time. Big punch over the back from Lucas. He's done that exceptionally well today. Lovell. Left foot looking for Sumich out in front, right hand Sumich under extreme pressure from Wallace. Tremendous mark on the lead. Toughest spot to take them out in front of the eyes.
Well, it has, but it's still a difficult mark. The arms have to be extended so that you prevent the defender getting his fist to the ball, and with straight elbows it's not easy. Just have the hands soft enough to be able to take possession, but Sumich was certainly able to do it then.
Brilliant kick from Andy Lovell to set Peter Sumich up for his 7th goal for this afternoon. He'll be the hometown hero if he can kick the Eagles to a win here as he pulls this one back. The customary bend will leave it to the umpire.
They need the goal, the Eagles. You can see this first few minutes of the quarter that they've sort of stabilised the general play situation, but they need to actually get that goal or two to really get the action, the scoreboard ticking, and to really get the adrenaline flowing.
Chris Danaher warming up on the boundary line. He's got a bandage above his right knee, so it might be a bit of a problem for Essendon. Buick in trouble with the shoulder. They come away from half-back, Ola Renshaw and Barry Young. Barry Young's kick will land close to the boundary line. Gatherers by Barnard, he's grabbed. Able to get his kick away though, which was quite effective, and a good mark taken in the back pocket by McKenna. He could switch play. He'll go straight across that half-back line, looking for Matera. Matera hemmed in close to the line, gets the kick away also. Out towards the wing. Hardwick is there. He's run down there by Banfield. Ball spills over for a throw-in.
And you notice Brett Hetty then was following Barnard to the ball. He must be feeling the pinch. First game for a fair while for the Eagles at senior level.
Interesting stat. West Coast last goal, 17.5 minutes into the third quarter. So it's been a dry run for a long time. Look at the pace of Kemp. Able to run away. Then guides the ball beautifully towards half forward. The mark is taken by Donnelly. Now Donnelly must kick this goal, you would think, if the Eagles are to pinch this game. They led comfortably at half-time by 20 points, but a magnificent third term by the Bombers in which they kicked 9 goals sees Essendon with the lead at this stage, although it is only a 15-point margin. Sumich missed just a minute or so ago from a straightforward shot. So the Eagles fans watching Andrew Donnelly's kick for goal will go close to the line. It's punched over by Dean Wallace for a boundary throw-in. Left forward pocket for the West Coast. They trail Essendon. West Coast are 11-11. Essendon are 14-8.
Important throw in this one. Sumich looking for a free kick, comes up to Cousins, gets it to Waterman, gets rid of Wallace, hooks it round with his left foot, hits the post. That will be a kick to Essendon. Gavin Wanganeen needs some composure here. Got to try and maintain possession, the Bombers. They're under siege, their lead is slowly being whittled down. One suggests that if a goal is scored by the West Coast, this game will be well and truly in the balance. Blumfield, young player showing plenty today. Spent some time on the bench, but when he gets the football, usually makes the right decisions. This time he goes for Lucas. Donnelly's an expert in the air. It's been a great battle since those two have matched up.
They're two fairly young players. Lucas, much younger, really. He's a very promising player, Lucas. Only still a teenager, I think. Plenty ahead of him.
McIntosh in the front spot. Fletcher over the back, gets it moving forward for the Bombers. Morrison takes it over the boundary line, looks for a free kick, but not forthcoming. I think rightly, Robbo, the umpires have put their whistles away, and you really have to earn your free kick.
Yeah, well, the free kicks, there's only been 13 awarded. 9 have gone to the West Coast and 4 have gone to Essendon. And it's been a great contest. Dustin Fletcher does the ruck work. Nearly robbed by Dean Kemp. Lovell to Evans. Was that legal? Back to Gehrig. Was that legal? McIntosh, yes. Then eventually it has to have been awarded a free kick for a throw against the Eagles, and it's taken by Mercury. Mercury, good kick too. Terrific penetration. Cockatoo goes best off his nose. Matera, McKenna. Usually something comes of this. McKenna runs away, but the kick goes to a one-on-one. Oh, great mark. That's paid. Terrific mark to young Cousins in front of Wanganeen. Very important possession on centre wing. The West Coast have the football. They trail by 15 points. Cousins, his kick will land at centre half forward. At the back, Wallace. Sumich can't get his right foot to it. Tries to hack it out of the congestion. Umpire will bounce at centre half forward for the Eagles about 45 metres from their goal.
Yes, but the Eagles supporters thought that Summer should have come up with a free kick. Wallace dragged him out of it as he didn't have possession of the football, but they've only played the absolute obvious ones this afternoon as Hurd takes the ball out of this bounce, handballs blindly. Dangerous times now for the Bombers. Off the ground goes Schofield. Back with Hurd. Cool in a crisis. Goes backwards to go forwards by Joe Mercedes. But he's just blazed the ball away, and hopefully it'll go out for the boundary line. Kept in by Matera.
No, it's not. Oh, must have only been centimetres in that.
Dennis Cometti was here, he'd say that was centimetre perfect, that one of Joe Mercedes, because it looked as if Matera had plenty of time. Hurd once again, forcing the issue, throws the ball away, and he's paid a penalty. Umpire's actually played advantage. It comes to Drew Banfield. He drives it into looking for a mark. Sumich couldn't quite take it. Ben Cousins gets the ball away, doesn't quite affect a good handball. Kemp takes the football. Wanganeen bustling and hustling and gets it over to Hardwick. And finally some relief and some respite to Doolan.
Gee, the football's hot and the player's intense. McIntosh tries to take the mark. Gets back onto his right, then kicks with his left. In towards the pocket, nearly taken by Wanganeen. Cousins gives the hand pass back. Looks for Evans. Handball to no one in particular. Smothers the ball off the boot to Tony Evans. In goes Barry Young. And just holds it up there for the Bombers, importantly so. And the umpire will bounce about 45 metres from the West Coast goal.
So James Hurd does everything but carries your baggage. He's in the ruck now, and Lucas has gone to centre half forward.
12 minutes left. Up goes Donnelly. Chance for Cousins. Andy Lovell will go in and get a goal. 12 from the scoreboard for the Eagles.
pulls the margin back to just 9 points, and we've got 12 minutes left in the match.
Yes, and certainly it's been a different quarter, this one, to the third quarter. The Eagles have really been forcing the ball forward all the time. It was critical, however, they got that first goal, because really they were looking dangerous, but they just couldn't put the pressure, the scoreboard pressure under Essendon until that goal.
Well, the Bombers now lead by 9 points, and Kevin Sheedy has summoned Stephen Alessio from full forward once again to go into the ruck.
Well, I think he said go to the centre bounces, Jared, and then he'll push into the forward line after that.
The following closely as the bounce down favours the Eagles Downsborough. Kemp nearly gets decapitated, good enough to get through. Going to be penalised, paid against him. Interesting decision from Hayden Kennedy.
Well, he had 2 or 3 chances to get rid of it.
Long kick now into the forward line for Essendon. Over the back, there's Cockatoo Collins, he couldn't take it. As all players are looking for a breather. This is Australian rules football at its finest on a fantastic surface. We've seen a great standard of football. James Hird split this game open with 3 goals in the third term, as did Mark Mercury. Hird once again takes the tap, kicks it up in the air, looking for a high fly. Couldn't quite get it, was Mercury. Now comes down, goes backwards, looking for Joe Masudi, but under pressure the handball goes astray and it's out of bounds as Chris Danaher just reminds Kevin Sheedy of his right to come back on. He's got his right thigh heavily taped. He has been jogging around the boundary line, suggesting he's ready to go.
James Hird again, a high leap. Alessio, kick is reasonably effective. It's right in front of Essendon's goal. It's kicked away on the full by an Eagles player. May have been Metropolis. Back there in that full-back line, Andy Lovell was in the action as well, so it's a free kick to Essendon to be taken by Barnard. 11 minutes left. Paul Barnard. Mercury leads, ignored. Barnard kicks. It goes across the face. It's knocked through for a rush behind to Essendon by the Eagles defence, so it is 10 points the margin. Time remaining in the left corner of the screen. West Coast by 10 points. They only kicked 1 goal in the last quarter of football. They kicked their 11th goal at the 17-minute mark of the third quarter. They kicked their 12th goal just a little while ago through Andy Lovell. Gee, top effort out there. A great effort by Smoke and Joe Masidi. He's been awarded the mark. Away to Hardwick.
He drives the ball into the forward line looking for Alessio. The big man couldn't quite take it. Fletcher, smart tap out for Cockatoo Collins. He's got some skill also. He came up against a player that reads it as well as anybody, Guy McKenna. He put his hand on it and stopped it flat as Cockatoo Collins comes off the ground to be replaced by Chris Danaher. Shane Sakura warming up for the Eagles. It's 40 metres out from Essendon's goal. Heady takes it, comes back onto the left. He has a look and all he can see is Chris Danaher, so he goes to the boundary line. It's a pretty smart kick in the finish.
Well, really it's a question of which side I think you keep the nerve. I mean, Essendon have got the lead, but it's really a pressure-packed game, and mistakes could well determine the game as much as the offensive good play.
Metropolis off for Sakura as once again Alessio's dominance and height in the ruck pays dividends. Through comes Evans, gets it to Lovell, having a good last turn. This kick isn't a great one. Goes over the head to O'Donnell. Yes, it was a good one. Banfield quickly onto Sakura. Sakura looking for White, but he's beaten by Cummins, who fumbles it crucially, but comes back with a fine second effort to get it over the line. Haven't done this much work for a long time, what?
No.
It's pumping.
Well, it's just everything. The game is so much in the balance, and every player is just giving his all. It's really something to watch.
Mitchell White, talented player. Gets it onto Garrick, slowly onto Kemp, sets up Sakura, he goes for a run. He's picked up the tempo pretty well, the youngster playing his first game. Sumich looking for a free kick. Waterman off the ground, it's rolling towards goal, but Manganine coming back, just picks it up, steadies himself. Kick wasn't a great one, over the head of Young, and through comes Sakura. The Holt play 40 metres out from goal, with the Bombers leading by 10 points.
9 minutes left.
boundary throw in about 40 metres around from the Eagles' goal. Every person at this ground still in doubt as to the result. Is that kick that's going to be penalised? In a tight game like this.
Well, he's an interesting character, Greg Stroop, because he hasn't paid a couple of free kicks that were fairly obvious, I thought, and up he comes with a controversial deliberate.
Kemp's kick will find McIntosh. He drops the mark. Still on the goal line for the Eagles, and well done by Dustin Fletcher. The umpire will have to bounce right on the goal line. Have a look at this from Wanganeen. And that is unbelievable. Anyway, it's all over and done with. Scoreboard, Essendon 14-9, West Coast 12-11, 10 points the margin. Chance for Sumic. Oh, he's just squeezed it through there, hasn't he? Right.
Mitchell White, pretty short.
Well, it's only 4 points the margin, Essendon lead.
Mitchell White capped off a fantastic game. He couldn't have had a more needed goal in his football career, I would have thought.
Well, it's a great goal to the Peter Sumic lookalike and Mitchell White. We've got two great forwards at either end of the ground as Evans comes forward. Andy Lovell having a big turn. Over to Donnelly from 40 metres out. He shoots a goal, but it's a wide. Sumic this time just behind to bring the margin back to just 3 points in what has been a classic game of AFL football. Essendon skipper Gary O'Donnell will go down and take the ball from the kick out. Kevin Sheedy barking instructions on the telephone. Time for cool heads now, both sides. Chris Danaher, good in a crisis. He's got a good track record over many years. Gets it to Doyle. He played on. It's a great tackle. And another decision by umpire Greg Stroop. It will impact heavily on this game. Dean Kemp, no one takes him out on. He goes long. At the back of the pack, it's Banfield. Can he get his foot on it? No. And good defensive work there by Damien Hardwick. So there's another point on the board to the West Coast Eagles. The score 13-13-91. 14-11-93. The Bombers, they lead by 2 points.
I was talking about an errors could well return the game. Well, umpiring decisions, the key umpiring decisions could also, that holding the ball, the out of bounds over the other end, they're just decisions that could have gone either way but went towards the Eagles on the game.
The kick in has been well marked by Laurentian. He is at right half back. He looks to get the hand pass away. Kick forward by Blumfield. It bounces awkwardly in the middle. Lovell tried to get it to Kemp. Lovell tackled. Ball spills. Tony Evans squeezes a kick out. It lands inside 50. No mark. Sumic to come out and tackle Cummins. The ball's still there to be won. What can Cousins do? Cousins! The kick has been marked by O'Donnell. He's working tirelessly across that full back line. Just goes across the line where Wanganeen has made good position. He's marked in the left back pocket. No one to kick to. Scott Lucas is a long way away, but the short kick has been marked by Mercedes. Mercedes is still in his defensive 50-metre area. His kick out towards the wing. Good mark, terrific mark taken at the back by Alessio. Gets the handball across to the middle of the ground. Kick forward by Harvey. It'll land. Oh, good mark. Top mark taken by Blumfield. One-hander. Kicks quickly towards full forward. Matera knocks it back. It's at centre half back now for the Eagles. Hand pass by Schofield. Gives Morrison the chance. Morrison a lovely kick with terrific penetration. Back goes Cummins. Eagles fans look for a free kick to White. Cummins kick to Mercedes. Mercedes handball to Harvey. Essendon standing up at this stage. The kick should be marked by Morrison. It's not paid. Morrison gets an important foot to the ball. Evans back to Schofield. Tries to outrun, then Banfield. Back to Waterman. Down the line. Chance for Evans again. Onto the right foot goes Tony Evans. And the marking contest at the goal front. Still there. Sumic dragged off the ball. So is Cousins. Wanganeen. He won't make a mistake with this one. Dean Wallace in lots of strife. Now Cummings. Oh, the set bounced out. Oh, there was centimetres in that one too.
Well, the pressure is absolutely peaking here. Young players really lifting. We saw a great mark to Blundfield, just 5.5 minutes to go. Chad Morrison, another first-year player, played the Victorian VSFL last year, also rising to the occasion. Donnelly versus Lucas. Lovell had a great turn. Gets the ball forward. Can they keep it in? No. 2 points the margin. The home crowd with the Eagles. Mick Malthouse just establishes a little bit of strategy for this last couple of minutes.
Tip a winner.
We're trying to do that all year without much success. The ball in 50 metres out from the Eagles' goal. Schofield once again. The pressure has been enormous, and great credit to the Essendon backline because they have been under enormous pressure for about 10 minutes and really haven't succumbed at all. What would you do, Lee?
Not a coach's game now. It's now up to the players to just play it out in the last few minutes.
Lee Matthews sitting on the fence nicely as Evans comes through. Wanganeen had a great game. Gets the ball quietly with a nice little handball. And that was bound to Justin Blundfield once again. McKenna on to Heady. Heady goes wide looking for Donnelly. He's a great mark and that is no exception. Just plucked it out of the hands of McCurry, who looked at the umpire hoping that it would go the other way. Let's have a look at this kick.
It is fantastic, really. Donnelly jumped. He started the ball, started the game in the ruck and did pretty well for the Eagles there.
Well, Fate took the ball up, then he went short. Great tackle there by the Eagles. Ball still alive.
Your heart would be in your mouth if you're Mick Malthouse.
I was saying before, sometimes as a coach, with a few minutes to go, scores are close, you sit back in your chair and say, well, it's up to the players now. They've just got to play it out. And it's this kind of game for this last few minutes.
Well, it's anybody's ball here as McCurry comes up with an important possession. Once again, he'll go over the line. We'll just keep Alessio up on the forward line.
Well, I think I'd be inclined to push him up because Eagles have got all the momentum. So I think the ruck work here, which Alessio has dominated against Downsborough, would probably be a good thing to do.
Well, if they can just break away from half-back, maybe Alessio might be a key player as far as the mark's concerned. Look at Waterman's kick. There is a game-winning kick by Chris Waterman at goal. Waterman's first goal. And in the dying minutes of the game, there's less than 4 minutes left. The Eagles have wrenched away the lead. They're in front by 4 points.
And it just curled round on the left foot and the crowd went up. We all knew it was through, and really it's been a fantastic quarter of football by the Eagles, but with only a kick in it, that's anyone's game.
Ball back in the centre, the Eagles lead by 4 points. Hurd, the man for the moment, comes through, gets taken out of it by Lovell. Kemp comes through, desperation from all players as he barreled by Barnard.
Essendon have only kicked a point in this last quarter so far, Jared, and the Eagles have added 3 goals for.
Well, surely they've got to leave Alessio on the ball now, Lee, with...
Yes, I think so, because really the game's being now played pretty much in Essendon's in the Eagles' forward half, although Essendon now have to score to win.
Well, it's Alessio once again with that Downsborough. Kemp coming through, no free kick. The Eagles fans disappointed. Coming back with courage was Guy McKenna, who takes a pretty good mark on the chest. And no wonder he does it so easily. He keeps his eye on the football at all times. Backing back was Cousins. Another great mark in similar circumstances by this young player who has shown so much here for Perth, for the Eagles this season. Great kick, but coming up with it was Scott Cummings out in front of Mitchell White. And he's actually done pretty well, I think, Cummings on White. A mongrel floater. Ricochets through to Kemp, ball bouncing Eagles way now, gets it over to McKenna, he's got a loose man wide, Muddy Waterman once again, and he's raising the ball over his hands and suggesting he's going to slow down play, but with 2.5 minutes to go, they're going to have to score another one to be safe.
Kemp has been enormous in the clinches, enormous.
They're getting down in the midfield in the third quarter, and Kemp's gone in there, and really that's both Evans and Lovell. Lovell's been very good in this quarter too, and they've been able to wrest the control back, which Essendon had in that third quarter.
Well, if they can just break away from half-back, maybe Alessio might be a key player as far as the mark's concerned. Look at Waterman's kick. There is a game-winning kick by Chris Waterman at goal.
Well, from near on 60 metres out, Muddy Waterman to be the match winner for the Eagles. He kicked the last goal. He's got onto this one. It's pretty straight, but it's going to lob short. Sumich couldn't take it. And Wallace has done a pretty good job for the Bombers in defence. Just rushes it over for another behind. The West Coast Eagles 14-14, 98. It's a 5-point lead now over Essendon, 14-9, 93. Take us home, Robbo.
Well, I think that Essendon, they just have to take a lot of risks now. I mean, they've just got to quickly get a goal to win the game. They've only been able to kick a point. So O'Donnell takes the punt, doesn't quite get hold of it, kicks it straight down the ground. James Hird, now Masidi, in turn, kick forward by Barry Young, but only as far as Guy McKenna. And he is such an experienced player. The short kick, oh, gee, that's an indiscretion. That is a shocker by Ben Doolan. 50-metre penalty will put Sikora within scoring distance.
Yes, there's a time for aggression, there's a time for composure and control, and I think that's a wrong time for aggression from Ben Doolan.
He hasn't really had a big day, Ben Doolan. He started on Matera and gave away a 50-metre penalty in the first quarter, from which Matera kicked a goal. And now this 50-metre penalty on Sikora has given this young man the chance to kick his first goal in AFL. And he'll rub salt into the wound if he dobs it. He's hit the post. So 2 behinds to Sikora. But from a result point of view, the Eagles now lead by 6 points, and there's a minute and a half left.
The draw becomes an option. Scott Cummings on the left foot, needs a mark. McCurry leads the ball in front of Heady. Needs to be poised here, does it well, gets around, makes some space. Looking forward for James Hird, the ball drops short for Cockatoo. Collins comes back out to Barry Young. He's under siege. In goes Guy McKenna, who's been unbelievable in this last couple of minutes. Hird couldn't quite take it away. But here comes Smoking Joe. He's kicking the ball high, once again looking for Hird. The back of the pack came through. McIntosh, quick kick off the ground. McCurry once again under siege, and a great tackle by Evans has come up with perhaps a match-winning tackle. 55 seconds left of this game to play.
So Matera receives the hand pass from Kent. Matera goes into the pocket, too short. Mark is taken by Fletcher. Still the Bombers a chance to snatch it, but they need 2 or 3 clean possessions to go straight down the ground. Fletcher kicks into the middle of the field. James Hird up high, couldn't take the mark. It rebounds. Olorenshaw beaten for it. Kick forward by Sikora. It'll land on the goal line. Time will beat the Bombers, you would think. Cummings now. Kicks wide. Doolan, can he make amends for that indiscretion? He kicks in the Berbatov direction. He can't take the mark. Still there, Morrison. And it's now knocked over. And the boundary throw-in, you would think, will be the last passage of play. It's been a terrific game of football, and the Eagles, 99, lead Essendon 93. Just seconds left. Alessio tries to get it down to Doolan. Kemp. Morrison for the Eagles. Gets a kick, and it has been marked by Cousins. So Cousins will throw the ball in the air, the siren will sound, and the West Coast have won a magnificent game of football here at Subiaco.
Watch for the Jackets.
The points go to the West Coast, and it has been a terrific game between 2 magnificent sides.
Rex Hunt's fabulous footy flashbacks. Your team's finest moments on video. Flashback to glory. Flashback to heroes. Flashback to the great history-making quarters and legendary highlights from Collingwood.
He's looking for McKenna. Beautiful bit of football.
Going forward towards Severio Rocker.
It's a chance though. Brerett's back on.
He wastes no time from 60 metres. It's a sensational goal.
Geelong.
Jarrett gives it back to Goggin. Here's some beautiful football. A lovely hand pass across to Yates. Yates shot passes into the goal square. Wooler will play on. A goal to the catch and the best piece of footy of the day.
I think Dunkley's back on there. Oh, Ambler grabbing. Ambler! Oh, yes!
West Coast.
Eagles going forward. Oh, is that Gaspar? Yes, it is. And what a great mark.
Can go short, mate. Wearing on his own on centre wing. He's got plenty of time to assess the situation and wait that kick magnificently for Lewis.
Essendon.
Out of Terry Danaher. Oh, round the neck again. At least Buckley stopped him. This could be the dress rehearsal for the grand final of 1981 as Neil Danaher comes in for the kick that could possibly win the game. And he's put it through the Bombers have hit the front.
Adelaide.
Holds him up, robs him on, but cleverly. Still Alvin, Tregenza to Wiedemann. Wiedemann short to Smart to Jarman. They'll love this. Mottler comes in to the goal square. Jarman kicks it to him beautifully. Wonderfully. 11 goals for Mottler.
Melbourne.
Further forward.
Play on. Runs up towards centre half forward. They're trying the short passes, the Demons. Chance for Spalding. At the back, Jackson. Off it goes to Williams. Over the top. Lovell pumps for goal and puts it through.
Carlton.
Goes up towards Kernahan. Wonderful use of the body. Goes to Bradley. And does the shepherding. Bradley's got pace and dash. He goes over the middle. Out towards Kernahan on the half volley. This could result in a goal to Angelo.
St Kilda.
Has found Kevin Roberts. Roberts drives it back towards the centre half forward position. Rowland and Callan and Rowland at the back.
Tony Lockett has 6 goals, 6. Daniels puts it up towards the goal square. Lockett close!
Rex Hunt's fabulous footy flashbacks.